On Tuesday, the legal prosecuting team in the case against Khmer Rouge's former security chief announced that they were appealing for a longer sentence. Duc was convicted by Cambodia's United Nations-supported Genocide Tribunal to a 35-year sentence, minus 11 years for time served, and was compensated 5 years for being illegally detained in a military prison. The court stated that the sentence was taking into consideration that he cooperated, showed some expressions of remorse, and was not in Khmer Rouge's inner circle.
I would like to seek forgiveness from the victims and from the victims' families.
The verdict was announced in July and were thought to be too lenient for a sentence to war crimes and crimes against humanity. Prosecutor Andrew Cayley is asking the International War Crimes Tribunal to extend his sentence to life in prison. He said the original judgment gives insufficient weight to the gravity of Duc's crimes and his role and his willing participation in those crimes.
There was no torture involved.
An estimated 1.7 million people died from execution, overwork, disease, and malnutrition during the 1975 and 1979 Khmer Rouge regime. Duc was a leader in one of Khmer Rouge's most notorious torture centers in the capital city of Cambodia called Phnom Penh. The facility, once used to be a high school, was transformed into a torture camp known as S-21. It was here where prisoners were meticulously recorded by written records and photographs. The site is now known as Tulsa Genocide Museum. Prisoners were kept in tiny cells with a metal box for toilets. They were tortured through beating, drowning, and bodily dismemberment, then was eventually transferred to a killing field for execution. The secret prison ended in 1979 when the Vietnamese army invaded and the Khmer Rouge leaders were forced to flee. The prosecutor said that Duc was a willing participant in the crimes for 3.5 years and ended up with more than 10,000 people dead. But the prosecution would be satisfied to reduce the life sentence to a 45-year sentence in recognition of Duc's illegal detention prior to trial. Duc was arrested in 1999 and was held against Cambodian law for 10 years until the UN-backed War Tribunal in 2009. It is illegal to hold defendants without a trial for more than 3 years in Cambodia. In August, Duc's defense team appealed the verdict and asked for the charges to be acquitted.
I would ask the chambers to release me. Thank you very much.
The appeal hearing is likely to take place early next year. Duc is the first defendant to be tried by the tribunal. Former ex-leaders were charged last month. Their trials are expected to start next year. The movement's leader, Pol Pot, died in 1998.